Bitcoin lost some steam today, the cryptocurrency dropping more than 5%, Ether down nearly 5.5%. The two biggest crypto assets now on pace to end the week lower, despite making a slight recovery from that wreck over the weekend. Bitcoin is now more than 30% off the all-time highs hit in early November. Tim, on Saturday morning, that number was closer to 40. How much do you think is being flushed out here in a good way?
Well, if you look at the drawdowns in Bitcoin over the last couple of years, 30 to 35 to 40% is almost garden variety, certainly going back over time. If you look at the chart and you could draw an uptrend going back a couple of years, you could say, down to 41,000, not bad. And I think, look, the conversation around Bitcoin is really now more of a conversation about it being called the proxy play for the blockchain, and the dynamic around blockchain that nobody is questioning. And certainly some of the financial institutions that we'd be talking about, I'm sure they'll tell you that they expect to be doing a lot of their settlements and ops are all going to be blockchain related. Settlement will be blockchain. So, Bitcoin as the proxy, not a surprise. To the extent that we're also having a Fed-heavy discussion and concerns about inflation and less liquidity, I think this has to affect the price of Bitcoin and, again, the people that trade it. So not totally alarmed, and I bet most people holding Bitcoin not terribly alarmed.
Dan, the technicians, of course, have long said the charts have not been stellar going into this last quarter of the year, and we've seen a lot of year-end 100K targets go to waste.
Yeah. Well, Carter Braxton Worth had a note out yesterday talking about the relationship between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and very bullish on Ethereum. He thinks that it's setting up for a really nice breakout. The relative outperformance this year is pretty staggering, with ETH up about 450% versus Bitcoin only up about 65%. You see ETH consolidating here. If it can kind of keep it together a little bit, I think what Tim was kind of alluding to is that a lot of the really interesting stuff in crypto-related, blockchain-related stuff is going on with smart contracts right now, whether it be Ethereum or Solana. And right now, Ethereum is about 55% of the market cap of Bitcoin. And so I think there's a lot of people who are thinking about NFTs. They're thinking about ways to unlock Web3, creator economy stuff, DeFi, and that's all built on Ethereum or a smart contract blockchain like Solana. So to me, I find Ethereum very interesting. I like to have pullbacks on it because I like to buy more. I have a longer term outlook. I'm not really trading it. I don't really think of Bitcoin that way because to me, it really feels like that digital store of value, digital gold, and I was never a buyer of the gold like Guy Adami.
We're going to talk about Cathie Wood in a few minutes, Karen, but she did say this morning on Squawk that if big institutional money came into Bitcoin over the long term, it could add $500,000 to its value.
To each share, to each coin, rather?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's clearly a lot of value. That would be up, 11 times from here. I'm not sure where that comes from. I mean, I'm a believer in digital currency. I'm a believer in Bitcoin. I'm a believer in the idea that, fiat currencies, if we just keep printing money, that could end up being problematic. And the institutional adoption and needing to have crypto exposure, as I do. But as Tim said, this is sort of a garden variety pullback. I don't know where that $500,000, I hope to God she's right. That would be pretty amazing. But I don't think it needs to go there for a lot of people to make a lot of money.